human being, evolved, are we? Civil, are we? Responsible, are we? Conscious, are we at all? A situation has become a crisis. A crisis become an emergency. Why? Because none of the human beings that we are meant to be are conscious enough and sensitive enough to life. Just look at the life around. Look at the birds that are flying in flocks, staying away from danger situations, because the existence is such that all creation is intelligent. The source of creation is intelligent. What have we done by learning? By limiting ourselves to become a crippled life on this planet. The only life, the only and only life that is meant to be the most cerebrally evolved and capable and able life today has become the most destructive, most unstable, most confused, most arrogant, most aggressive, and most disastrous for all life. Why? Education, education, education. Philosophy, 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 philosophy. Religion, 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 religion. Politics, 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 politics. And centered by greed. Greed instead of need. Why? It seems everyone is interested in chasing their dream, individual dream, that seems to be driving everyone insane. Education has been that the problem seems to be somebody else's, not of your own. Remember, a situation is only to give us chances and opportunities and show a given situation is of that work or that doesn't work. It is reminding us we can get wounded by a situation or be wise by its situation. We can be trampled by a situation or we can rise above and beyond the situation and enhance to become much more sensitive, more responsible, and more accountable in the way we conduct ourselves and in the way that we carry out our transactions with our lives. Instead, a simple and a situation that faces us, it gets multiplied into problems, disasters, destruction, disruption, emergencies, and beyond. Why? Human beings can only see life in the way of irritation if it's well-being and if it's health. They do not see life to be pleasant and joyful in any way, shape or form. When you see and look at the children, the infants, the newborn, what an exuberance of life we were. What have we done to those incredible and powerful and beautiful life form that came to this earth as a possibility, an endless possibility, a life that was born as a genius became crippled and stupid and arrogant, and most definitely we turn a genius into a problem. Why? Why would we do this? Why do we do this to anyone? Why are we doing it to ourselves? Why would you want to be in the darkness when you can be the shining light? Why would you want to create and plunge yourself into darkness and utter painful situations when we can all enjoy the beautiful pleasantness and the experience in the brightness of light that we are? All of your philosophies, your doctorates in your theories and methods and methodologies and policies and procedures and laws and wrangling is all to further create more problems instead of us learning to live a profoundness and a beautiful life. A brief moment that we have been given the opportunity through the phenomenal creation. And you are the source of creation yourself. Why would you want to hurt and harm and distort and destruct the very source of creation within you and become a problem to yourself, problem to everyone connected and around you, and problem in the society, in the family, and on the planet? Why cannot you be that gentle and fragile life that you were at the beginning of creation? Over a period of time, you were a cell that evolved into a life form that arrived here through the phenomenal and the phenomena of the source of creation, which was working towards creating a life. And you became a destruction and an obstacle in the way of how the creation was meant to function within and everything you do. Why do we do this? Have we not even learned to this day to be sincere and pay enough attention to the very life? And at least now, wake up to realize the potential you will become, the possibilities you will become by taking an inward step, a conscious step, a responsible step inwards, and seeing the possibilities, opportunities that can reign on all life and all creatures and on the planet. Why can you not be sincere enough if you are educated enough, if you are sensitive enough, if you are sensible enough, if you are adult enough, if you are a parent enough, if you are a politician enough, if you are a religious theologian or philosopher or a professor or a scientist or an engineer or a doctor or whoever you are that you take on the shape of in your own psychological mind, why can you not be that conscious, sensitive, life-sensitive human being you are? Because no other creature, no other life form on this earth as destructive and painful and suffering and irritant as a human being or human species has become on this planet. Will you realize, will you understand a situation is for us to become more enhanced, more aware, more awakened, more sensitive, and engage into life, that the life is brief, life is fragile, life is mortal, and it is brief. Isn't it once? This is to be realized. Is that when you are at the very last steps of your life that you wish to realize this fragility, this mortality, and the possibilities that was as life you were? Why would you want to push yourself and the others to the limits of their life? That the life itself is happening for you, for me, and every creation on this existence. Why do we have to accelerate the brief time, the brief limited time that we have in this unlimited expanse of the existence we were given to explore and to fulfill and experience a phenomena that is life? What is it really that you need to know? What is it that you really trying to prove of your greed, of your ideas, of your philosophies, of your religions, of your political directions, and if your power, and if your, what are you trying to prove of at the end? You're a mortal, brief, fragile life on this creation. You're just a pigment of the Creator's idea. Why would you want to challenge the creation? Why would you want to irritate the creation? Why would you want to question the creation, the Creator? Isn't it time that we all learn to become meditative? Isn't it time that we all learn to become a sensitive, a mortal, an awakened state of life, that we are sensitive to become a realized human being? How much suffering, struggle, pain, desperation, anguish, strain, stress, call it all the fanciful words that you wish to. How much suffering, how much pain, how much torture, how much anguish one has to go through to realize the importance of being a living, throbbing, evolving, sensitive creature as human being. We don't need a reminder. The creation has given us the intelligence to exist here in a phenomenal way that no other creature is capable or able to experience what a human being can. And the creation and the Creator has created a human species like no other creature, no other life on this planet, where one can become a possibility, one can become a realized human being, one can become a conscious, one can become a responsible and a gentle being. There's no other creature, no other life form has been designated the title of be. It's only the human species are called beings simply because they can be whichever the way, but not to destroy the very way the creation has meant for us all. Will it be time for you, for me, and for everyone to be able to be sensitive enough to realize that your stock market is not the idea of life? It's your weapons and weaponology, or philosophy and psychological drama is not the realities of life. Your thought, your emotions, your energies, and your big old absorbed data, absorbed brain is not the idea of life. It is not how many bank accounts and how big is your companies, what gigafactories that you built, and how you're trying to get to the Mars, and how you want to die in Mars, and who you want to fight with out in the stars, and the wars that you want to create is not the idea of life. Life is about being able to touch the dimension of who you are within. Have you really paid enough attention to, before you actually start going out, exploring and inventing and creating tools for human empowerment? Do you know what we have done with technology and the power of machine? We have gone with technology that we have empowered every single human being on earth without the ability to know their way of conducting peacefully and consciously and responsibly. How can we allow any tools that are so empowered, so dangerously empowered on the planet, the tools of technology, tools of machinery that are powerful, that 10,000 people could not do 70 years ago, today a single voice response can activate. 100,000 people could not do. A touch of a button could activate the process. When we have created such a phenomenal advantage over machining and machine technology and empowering individual lives on the planet to a never known understanding of their power and their destructive power, Isn't it time that we must become much more inward and stable enough to be able to know how to use these tools that we have given to empower our lives and the lives of millions, if not billions, on the planet? Isn't it time that we take on a responsible step inward before we start exploring other planets and going into exploring, or at least expanding, our greedy ideas about our innovations and inventions of technology? Technology is a great idea. It's empowered. It brought us convenience and comfort and safety and security and expanded our living experience. And it also prolonged our life existence on this planet. Isn't it time that we pay more and more and important information that we have gathered in enhancing the human machine, which is the human mechanism, which every other machine, every other technology, every piece of idea that we have impressioned in our mind has been created with this machine, the most sophisticated, most powerful, yet the most simple in its intelligence, how it's been created. The most complex, yet it's created with a simple piece of bread, a slice of potato, a chip, potato chip, drop of water, a breath of air. Just imagine, with this, the most sophisticated machine has been made. Yet, have we really paid enough attention to its process, its sensitive nature, its fragile nature, and its mortal nature? Are we ready to take this inward step? Are we ready and willing to make this change in human consciousness and raise the human consciousness to a higher state of alertness, so that everything we see, everything we touch, everything we hear, everything we taste, and everything we smell through our outward bound sensitive organs of our experiential life that is giving us an inner experience of life, is being put to a conscious level of sensitivity, so that everything we do, everything we see, everything we touch, everything we smell, everything we sense, everything we hear, everything we taste, becomes a living, pleasant experience of joy to the highest. So that even with the smallest transaction with our existence, even with the smallest transaction with ourselves, with the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, the water that we drink, the very earth that we walk upon, and the very way we live, the very way we see, the very way we sit and reflect, the very way our entire exclusive transaction with the existence becomes a sensitive process that we feel the sense of need to be responsible and conscious. Isn't it time that we all invest in this machine by enhancing and increasing the level of health, well-being, consciousness, meditativeness, gentleness, and realize the potential that we have, the life that you are, the very life and the very possibility that you are. How profound and how joyful and pleasant you are can only be realized with you being pleasant, you being joyful, you being loving, you being peaceful, you being exuberant. These are the fundamental platforms of any conscious, any human being on the planet. Should be the very basis of our existence. It should not be imported from heaven or elsewhere on the planet. It is the way you are. It is who you are. It is how you are as a human being. There are no magic wands. There are no magic tools and magic. There are no God's arm. There is the creation and the creator. The creation is within. Creator is what is all about life, all around us. Before you and I came, and after you and I am gone. The creation is everywhere. Creation is so powerful and it's everywhere. Why haven't we yet realized this very real and the very realities and very existential platform that we all live upon, instead of running up a psychological drama of non-existential nonsense, exaggerated, non-existential, non-relevant ideas, to be able to realize life. We don't realize life because our thoughts and our emotions have become so significant in our learning, in what we've been told, what we've been drummed into, what scriptures have said, what textbooks have said for millennia, for centuries, have given us a false sense of idea about who we are as human beings on this planet. Instead of realizing what is to be a human being, is a more powerful than your thought. A creation has done a great job in creating human beings to be responsible and guardians of this planet and the existence as a whole. We are celestial, limited, mortal, and fragile. Let's be a realized and an evolved creature on the planet as a human being that we have been called as. It took millions of years for us to get here. Why are we using faster ways to cease to exist? All our ancestors and what the creation has given us to experience in this vastness of nothingness of an existence that the Creator has given us the opportunity to experience life to the highest possibility with the most beautiful profoundness every other life is capable of. Why are we not exploring these dimensions of being a beautiful, a pleasant, and a highest level of pleasantness with experience of being a human to enjoy the brief moment we have here on this earth and on this existence? Let's hold hands, embrace each other, extend to one another, raise, and let's thrive. Let's evolve to be a conscious and responsible human beings. May you be the health, may the health be your strength, may your consciousness be the responsible way for you to exist and embrace the very way that human beings are meant to become. A creature of the highest evolved, cerebrally evolved creature on the planet to experience a phenomenal and a beautiful life. May you put your energy towards the life, and the life of all. And the planet that you walk upon is the very life that you, me, and all other life that sustain us all. Let's give our time to the creation, and let's now, with our greatest attention, serve the creation. Make the creation work for all living species on the planet, and may the planet flourish by putting our effort in doing what is needed for life to flourish everywhere.